What's going on, Doe fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys have been doing well. For today's video, I'm going to do a bit of a Bitcoin market analysis, Ethereum market analysis update, as well as for today's base native coin of the day. It's Degen. Last time I updated you guys was about 2 weeks ago, and we've had some massive price chart updates to show you guys. Obviously, with my arbitrary line I actually made 2 weeks ago, it's looking like it's following that, and I'm going to give you a number of reasons why I'm actually starting to get bullish in Degen, and I'll update you guys later on the video, so be sure to watch that. But without further ado, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow those pages, like to subscribe, ring the bell, do all that, and please also make sure to comment down below because I'm always looking out for new base native coins to cover, and I cover every day on a daily basis Bitcoin, Ethereum, and base native coins. So be sure to follow, like, subscribe, and do all that. But first of all, for Bitcoin, we had a bit of just more sideways really. My update, I guess, to give you guys is, look, we're just gonna have to wait till I would say the 16th of May, the earliest, to see if we do get a bounce on this parabola trend line. My hypothesis has been for the past few weeks, it's looking like we're about to step in a stage 3 ascension of the parabolic line. As you can see, we're having, generally parabolas have 4 waves of ascension, and it's looking like we're actually about to head into a third wave, which is obviously really good for us because that means we're probably going to have a large increase in Bitcoin price. So when it comes to my thesis has always been, look, every time we've had a macro low for this bull cycle, at least we've doubled from the lows. So 75k, doubling from that is generally around the 150k area, hence why this arbitrary squiggle line is showing that. So I'm expecting a pump in the next, probably within the 3 to 7 days or so. If we don't get that and we break down from here, look, it's looking like this parabolic line has been broken down and invalidated. Just to give you guys heads up too, this is a logarithmic chart, so it might look different on yours. And yeah, so as long as we hold this trend line, I do expect a massive leg up from here for Bitcoin for this month at least. For liquidations, we had 245 mil in shorts getting liquidated and 140, which is good to see. Long to short ratio still pretty much generally going sideways, and it's just pretty funny because this is pretty much the longest time since this whole bull market that the shorts have been pretty much overly short, and the majority on the market is definitely on the short side and bearish. So as you can see, we've had a long duration of short in the markets, and pretty much just during this whole bull market, we've only had short little windows of that. So pretty interesting to see, because the last time we've had this much short in market was during the bear market. So let's see where it goes. Let's see the result of that. But if I was to guess, it would most likely go to the upside, and these shorts are fuel to the fire for Bitcoin's next leg up. For Ethereum did have a pop up today, which is good to see, because as you can see, the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart also had a nice little pop up. So let's see if we get that inverse parabolic trend actually working out. The next point of resistance would definitely be around the 0.028 level. And I do suspect that we'll have some nice consolidation there, and hopefully another leg up to the 4 region, 0.04 region, because that would just mean Ethereum will explode, as well as base native coins would also absolutely explode because they're high betas of Ethereum's price. So when it comes to stock market as well, we can confirm the low is in for stock market, because the two main reasons is we've broken out this macro downtrend line, which has made us dump, and we've broken out, we had a nice little retest, and we've also made a new higher high. So what I'm looking for now is a new higher low, and most likely heading into that retracement of that macro trend line. So as you can see, we've been on this macro trend line since October 2022, so 950 days. So it's quite significant, and ideally that higher low is actually a retest of his macro trend line, and then we can make on our very way to all-time highs. So when it comes to all-time highs for the stock market, I do expect this next leg up to be a parabolic move, and then the bear market will start after that. But let's see where it goes. My base case is definitely stock markets making new all-time highs now, considering the fact we actually just made a new higher high, and we're waiting for a new higher low. For tweets, update from Decoder, he had this nice Elliott wave combination for Ethereum, and we're already up 97% from the lows. So as you can see, he pretty much called the low at the 1400 region, and his price target is actually 9.5k. So let's see where we go from that. If we go 9.5k, I'll be very stoked, because that would mean base chain would absolutely explode, because obviously base chain is a high beta of Ethereum. My base case, at the very least, for personally myself, has always been, we're at the very least hit the range highs of this massive accumulation range, and most likely we will break above, because generally on the fourth touch, you're very likely to break. So if this was to be the case, which my arbitrary line shows perfectly, we'll probably have a bit of consolidation at the high of the range and then break out from there. And if we get a breakout and a nice retest, yes, I would probably be leaning on the side that, look, the next major resistance point would be anywhere from the 7k to the 9k region, which would be absolutely massive for our altcoins. Next tweet is by Credible. It's just something funny to see, sort of a bonus thing where, so I guess for context, if you guys don't already know, Jim Cramer is a financial analyst on news sites, and he believes that Bitcoin can't go to 200 grand this year. It's not going to happen. It's just not. And the funny thing is, I think someone did the calculations. If you did the opposite to what he said the past 2 years, you'd be right 80% of the time. So he's the major counter trade kind of guy. And this just shows me, like, this actually genuinely gives me another reason that Bitcoin might actually just hit that 300k region I was saying in the past. So my base case has always been, we're probably going to top around the 150k region, and I'm still not sure if we do get another doubling from there. Obviously, I would love another doubling from 150k, because that would mean around the 300k region. But Jim Cramer's saying he doesn't think it will happen, and we won't crack 200k. Just gives me another checklist in the box where sentiment is still bearish right now, and Jim Cramer is just a major counter trade kind of guy, and because he's bearish, it's actually bullish for us, because he's generally just always wrong, like, most of the time. So when it comes to that, that's I guess a general recap for market analysis. Next up is the DGen token. Before I show you the chart updates for DGen, I just wanted to show you a snippet from my previous video 2 weeks ago. What I would like to see is to reclaim the 140 mil support, and definitely get break above this downtrend. So my bullish case for DGen has always been trying to reclaim this major support level at 125, and it looks like we have. So what I would like to see here now is we could still potentially get a retest of our 125 mil, which is perfectly fine, but definitely the best case scenario really is just to get a breakout out of that pennant. So we really want to squeeze out of here, and if we get a nice little breakout and retest, I really think that DGen could potentially be on its way to all-time highs, pending on Ethereum's performance. But this just shows to me there's a lot of sell exhaustion happening if we do break out of this pennant and we don't roll over from here. So let's get that breakout and get that retest, because DGen is looking really strong. And just to give you guys an update on what DGen is a base native OG token on base chain. As you can see, it came out in January 2024. It's already listed on Coinbase, so I do suspect it will be able to get more T1 listings later in the future. And DGen is obviously a utility-based project, so I do expect once Ethereum starts breaking out, and obviously if it does break out of a massive range high, DGen would massively outperform. So when it comes to price chart updates, DGen is looking really strong, but I would not be surprised that DGen retraces a lot of his move and bounces at the 120 key region. So if we do get that dip to 120 mil, I would definitely be scooping up at that floor, because it just shows to me most likely the low is in for DGen already, and it's just a really good risk to reward point. So there's that. But obviously when it comes to tokens I cover, none of this is financial advice. I'm just relaying what the charts show to me. And to be honest, like, pretty much most of these coins I don't even own myself. And I just like to cover you guys because I'm a massive base chain maxi, and these tokens are just looking really bullish. And when it comes to like these pennant moves where we're just squeezing, a lot of the base chain coins are actually looking at like this as well. So it just shows to me it's a matter of time. Base chain will explode, and you're going to be seeing a lot more YouTube content, X content, and social media content around the base chain ecosystem, because I do expect it's going to have a massive like Solana-like run, and base chain will probably flip TVL and volume metrics over Solana. So looking very bullish for us. And that's all to the video, guys. If you guys liked the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below for any other base native tokens. I'm always covering them. I'm covering them every day. And yeah, so that's all to the video, guys. Peace.